Hey everybody, Brian here from quantlabs.net. Okay, I finally got this positions script done in Python. Took quite a bit of time, probably my longest one. It's not the most difficult, it's actually a pretty simple one, but it's just always the charting becomes a problem. I'll show you some of the outstanding issues that I got. There's still quite a bit of work I'm going to be working on in the database, but I'm just going to run it for you. So what this essentially does is it's running right now, and what we're working on is assuming we've got a short of Twitter and a long of Ford. Now, typically, by the time we get to this script, we will already know what our trading pairs will be with the criteria that I've shown in previous videos. So this chart that I'm going to show you, there's two charts. There is the short and then there's a long. What it includes is the typical price line. Now the dates are really screwed up still. Good old. Now it does download all this data from Yahoo. This is end of day for the last 60 trading days, okay? And what you're looking at here, the blue, red, green, and purple are targets for stop loss. So this would be a soft target, the lower bound. This would be the high upper bound for a soft target, and also the stop loss here. So it automatically goes in and uses a set of formulas to dynamically calculate what the stop loss will be, and so on and so forth. Just so everybody knows, I've put up a video on stop losses before. If you want to tell the market that you're putting a stop loss by putting a stop loss order to your broker, in my case this will be through Interactive Brokers, you are signaling the market, specifically the market makers, Interactive Brokers, that you are going to set up a stop loss. That right there can set up a lot of problems with their market makers to go against you. I'm not saying they will do it, but if you went through another broker, the chances go up quite a bit, and these market makers will gun for your order on the exit. So the best way to go about that, instead of putting a stop loss, is to use a virtual stop loss. So you have in your system, maybe in my case, I'll show you the database, you could apply a virtual stop loss, meaning you're not letting the market know by sending out a stop loss order, but instead you're going to use a regular order, like maybe a limit order, but you're still going to watch this asset, because now you put on your position, you can watch this this particular stock or asset just on any type of frequency, depending upon your broker and who your data provider is. In my case, because if I'm going to go with Interactive Brokers, I'll have no limits. But for now, I'm showing you examples of how to retrieve data from Yahoo Finance, and we're just checking every day. But you could set it up where you could watch your orders when they're put on, your positions when they're put on. You can watch them when they may hit those virtual stop losses. So you can do that I won't say very easily, but you can definitely program it in a way to do that. Now, I'm not going to go into the targets or the soft stop shorts because I'm going to leave that to my quant elite members and let them know what those are for, on top of my course as well. But they're very important for exit potential. Now you gotta remember, with what I've shown so far, you could when you exit, you can use a number of criteria. You could use these stop losses, you could use maybe a trend line, or you could also use statistics. So there's different metrics that you can use to measure your exits. Putting on the position is easy. It's the exit, it's the hard part. So I'll be showing that through the course. Now, let me show you the other PDF here, the long. So we're going to be doing a long on Ford F. And again, we are talking about the stop loss and the soft targets as well. So those are in place. Again, one day I'll get these dates fixed up. Just in Python, it's not as easy as it is in MATLAB or even in R, but because of how I'm downloading my data. But this is just for now. Now, I'm not only interacting with my charts. There's another big part is I'm interacting with MongoDB. Now this is the Mongo server. I've gone on and on and on about this Mongo server and the MongoDB. So please, when you are gonna watch on my YouTube channel the Mongo playlist, the MongoDB playlist, please watch that to understand how this script and all my Python scripts interact with MongoDB. Okay, so let me show you Mongo itself. So what I've done here is I have a new tool I'm using called RoboMongo for Mac. If you're on Windows, you can probably use Mongo View, which is, let me just show you, Mongo View, which is this one right here, and that is only a Windows version. But you can use this RoboMongo if you're like me on Mac. Mac OS 10. So both are free, I think. But this is the Mongo View. So you can use that for Windows. You could also use this for RoboMongo. Okay, so let me go into RoboMongo. So as I said, I've created a new collection here called positions. All you gotta do is just go collection, create a collection, simple as that. So I've created this new one. So here, what we have when I just ran that database, ran the script, this one right here, that because that may not exist, it will create the row for me. So you can see here, I've got the long of Ford and Twitter. Now, there's some highlights I want you to understand. It will update all the targets of the long, short, target, stop. Updates that, no problem. In here, I'm also tracking a variety of things. In here, you'll notice I have beta. Also, I have here long quantity, entry price, and I also mentioned quantity. Now, these and also the percentage as well. So I have to put those in as well, but I'm just showing you the basics for now on how to insert all this stuff and update the database. So if I go ahead and remove this document, or that's what they call it, it's really a row of a table in traditional relationship. So I've just deleted that. So if I rerun that script that just ran, as you can see, I've deleted it, okay? And if I rerun it, put some intelligence into it where if it will attempt to find the pair. If the pair doesn't exist, it will insert it. So it just takes a bit. So there you go. So it says searching for the Twitter and Ford pair. It found nothing. So because it found nothing, it's going to insert into the database because it doesn't exist. And then this is the ID that is created. So when I come in here, refresh, you can see I have now that same database, that same pair has been inserted, okay? Now, this object ID is the one that is reported here, okay? So next time I run it, so I could run this today, run this again tomorrow, checking for stop losses and some other things, I could have it automatically rerun through a cron job, and it'll rerun it, but you'll get a different result now. So once it's run, so it'll say, it's searching for the Twitter Ford, but it found one. So what it will do, instead of inserting, it will update the database with the latest stop loss information and soft target information. So all these numbers here will get updated to the latest, automatically calculated for the next day. Okay, so as I said, typically you would want to run this daily, end of day, for the time being. But this could easily be run for pretty well any frequency you want. Now, the other thing is, with these scripts, this data can pretty well download anything from my, hopefully you've seen my equity database. If I was to show you the count, I think, let's see if I can do this. It will show you how many, no, I don't know how to run this, I'm not used to this. So maybe I can run it. There you go. So that requests the count on my equity collection. That's how many assets that Yahoo tracks at the latest time when I created this. Is over 101,000, and so on, of assets that I can use to create pairs and have trading opportunities with the pairs that I choose. And again, they're ETFs, mutual funds, indices, and equity or stocks. Pretty well from anywhere in the world. So I've shown you how to do this. Please look at those videos. Okay, so essentially this is how I'm going to manage my my data or my positions. Now again, I can choose any of these. Let me just run this one. This is what we want here. Yeah, so as I'm adding new positions on, I can watch those for the exit and mark them off on the entry and exit, and then do a P&L at the end of whatever time period to measure my profit and loss. All right, so there you go. That's the quick introduction to my positions table and script for it. This will be an evolutionary script that will be constantly updated for more improvements. But for now, as I said, the only things I'm really interested initially out of the get-go is updating these targets of the stop loss, of like a bound of an up and lower on the long and the short for my soft target, as well as my stop loss, which probably, as it sits right now, I'm going to be setting it up for virtual. So there you go. That's it. Have a good day.